When it comes to heroes and heroism, what we are actually talking about is sacrifice. Sacrifices are never too big or small. For instance, the sacrifice of a toddler in giving up its cupcake for its sibling is as significant as the sacrifice made by the soldier at war. Both come from a space of love, which is much bigger than the usual notion that we have of what it means to give love, be in love, and feel love. This actually comes from a value system that puts thoughtfulness as its topmost priority. Another way of looking at these heroic actions and sacrifices is that these are the results of conscious decisions of self-sacrifice after intense introspection. Well, in that sense, on a day-to-day basis, each one of us gives up something or the other, be it at home, workplace, or as strangers in public spaces. Sadly, we always sell ourselves short of this notion of being a hero by simply reducing the idea of a hero to that of an actor playing the lead role in a movie. When people talk about the great tribal warriors of Bharat, they keep telling us, oh, why didn't we hear about them back in school? Why have they never been told to us before? We really need to talk about these stories and these warriors. And trust me, as creators of this book, it gives us great delight and relief to know that the book has been able to awaken so much of enthusiasm in people. That people are really very keen, they are genuinely interested in knowing about these warriors. But what actually are they trying to mean when they say that these stories need to be told? Now is the right time. What does it really mean? Well, here's what I think. These stories, which are actually the life stories of these warriors, they have tremendous potential to awaken within each one of us our latent ability to live our values with greater intention. In other words, it's a calling for us to find a big purpose for our lives and live for that bigger cause with compassion, resilience, integrity, and a willingness of self-sacrifice. The great tribal warrior of Bharat could have been written by simply listing down all the priceless facts that we had dug out during our research. But then, that is what it would have remained as, a set of facts. Not really much of use unless you are preparing for a competitive exam. But by putting them into a context, saying it with the right words and tone, and with the right intention, we have been able to convert them into powerful tools called stories. And stories have an inherent ability to nudge the competitiveness and tendency for self-improvement in each one of us. And so, they become quite good tools of persuasion. Meaning, if we want to improve our lives, telling an inspiring story is the best way to persuade ourselves to start doing exactly that. Now you could say that these 17 warriors were already kings and chiefs. They were already bestowed with the power to fight, and it was their duty to protect their people, their kingdom. Well, I would say that you are right, but not 100%. Everybody was not a Tirot Singh or a Dilka Maji. They were not always endowed or bestowed with the divine right to rule. Look at the simpler ones in the sense that the ones who were not born into a noble or a royal family, like Tashri Ben Chaudhary, she was a student, Rani Gaidanlu, a priestess, housewives like Helen Lakcha and Pudli Maya Devi Tamang, and a grandfather like Buddhu Bhagat. They did not have the right of a king. So what was common between all of them apart from the fact that they were not born into nobility? Each one of them firmly believed that the freedom to live, speak and act was fundamental to everybody born on this planet. They could not be bribed to exchange it for anything else. They firmly defended this cause of freedom above and beyond anything else, knowing fully well that their lives were at risk. But such was their compassion for their fellow tribesmen that they were willing to give up their lives just to ensure that everybody lived and had their freedom intact. None of their fights were one-off. They were all long drawn. And but for the resilience and perseverance displayed by each of these warriors, it would have been very difficult to win. And because these fights were rooted in values, the victories of each of these fights have been permanent. Getting to know about our tribal warriors is a lot similar to getting to know about our Olympic champions. Just as our Olympic winners prove to us that by consistently working towards something that we have set our hearts to, we can achieve it. These warriors also have shown to us and have convinced us with their life stories and struggles that indeed in every arena of our lives we can be a success. We can overcome every kind of challenge if we make a conscious choice that comes from our value system. And during this period of Amrit Kal of 25 years, during which India is so sincerely and dedicatedly working towards re-establishing herself as the Vishwaguru that she once was, now more than ever is the best time for each one of us to re-look at what it means to be an Indian. What is our personal value system as an Indian? How can we contribute to our country, our world, our neighborhood, even our society that we live in? And the best inspiration to do that comes from our tribal warriors who, above and beyond everything else, kept their community's interest at the heart. This then would be the best possible way to observe and celebrate this occasion. I hope that today, as in every other day as well, you will choose or at least make conscious efforts from time to time to get to know about the various tribal communities that live across the length and breadth of our country. Get to know about their struggles as well as achievements, and introspect as to how you can imbibe their values into your own and live them every day to make a bigger difference to the world around you. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.